From a $1 championship belt that only appeared one time on TV, to a $10 million title belt that was locked away in the middle of the desert, and title belts of every other price in between. The wrestling belts in this video are only going to get more expensive as we go. Starting with the cheapest championship belts in WWE history at just $1. Yolo County made their tag team titles out of literal cardboard, but when Heavy Machinery won them in a squash match, they posed like they just won at WrestleMania. But when AEW saw that, they knew they had to do something different. When they dropped in 2019, their world title couldn't look like any other boring WWE cookie cutter belt. At this point, you think of that belt, you think of Jon Moxley, from the moment he debuted it and took out Jericho and Kenny Omega.
Fighting out of it, desperation. Oh, good God!
To literally the craziest moment in AEW history. He's been the most important guy in the company. This thing right here sells for $50,000. But if AEW's belt looked good, this next one was pure perfection. The white strap IC title might be the most beautiful belt WWE ever made, period. When Cody Rhodes brought back this vintage design in 2011, wrestling fans lost their damn minds. Cody made the belt feel special again during his 236-day reign. The white leather strap against that gold just hits different, man. Original versions of this masterpiece have sold for over 60 grand. And that's kind of a steal for wrestling history. And speaking of belts that hit different, the ECW Championship was hardcore wrestling's holy grail. Paul Heyman created a bad boy that didn't need fancy gemstones or gold plating, it just had attitude. From Tommy Dreamer
retains his ECW Championship here at the Bash.
To RVD, a whole lot of great champs have held this belt.
Rob Van Dam, I hereby present you with the new ECW World Heavyweight Championship.
And even though it's long gone, its legacy is a part of WWE today. It sells for $75,000, but in our hearts, it's priceless. But there's one expensive title belt that became the ugliest championship in WWE history.
The WWE Universal Championship.
Hey yo, that shit is ugly as hell. Even Mick Foley couldn't believe it. This thing might have been the worst looking belt in WWE history. And that wasn't even the worst part. Turns out that the Universal Championship was cursed. Finn Balor won it and had to give it up the very next night because of injury.
When I am healthy and when I am fit and when I am ready, I will be back, and this title is the first thing that I'm coming for.
Then we got Goldberg squashing people.
Oh, it's former best friend. The belt is wrong. The bell rung. Spear by Goldberg.
Brock vanishing with it.
Brock picks him up. Look at the F5. F5 to Strowman.
And the Fiend's reign of pretty much 5 minutes.
The Fiend Bray Wyatt is the Universal Champion.
And this cursed title cost $85,000, but moving up to $9,000 now. And when Stone Cold Steve Austin got his hands on the WWE Championship, he didn't just want any belt. He wanted one that screamed Austin 316. This custom masterpiece with skulls and flames became the symbol of WWE's hottest era. Austin won 6 WWE Championships and became the biggest star wrestling had ever seen.
Austin, he got it! Let's start it! 5 times to the end! Austin is the champion!
He literally changed wrestling forever, and this belt is a big part of that. That's why it cost $9,000. Oh man, how do you top that? With this thing costing a cool $100,000. Made in 1973 by some mystery jeweler in Mexico, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship has been held by absolute legends. But nobody made this belt more famous than Ric Flair. The Nature Boy held this belt 8 times and carried it around the world for over 2 years straight in the mid-1980s. He even nicknamed the belt Sweet Charlotte. But bumping up at $120,000, we've got this, classic belt. The WWE Spinner Belt might be the most hated championship in wrestling history. When John Cena beat JBL at WrestleMania 21, he didn't just win the title, he completely gave it the craziest makeover in WWE history.
Take a look at the new WWE Championship, Daddy!
That spinning WWE logo in the center was pure early 2000s hip-hop culture.
Screwing around with the belt the look of the championship just for obvious marketing opportunities. I just never ranked real high on my list.
WWE never changed the design even when the other guys held it. Only Edge got his own version with the Rated R logo.
I think for me, I come from that time frame where the designs meant something. I understood the commercial appeal, but I feel like that was truly done just to sell titles.
But the funny thing is, it still became one of the most sold replica titles of all time. Talk about a belt people love to hate. But I just hate the fact that you went this far in the video and you didn't hit the like button yet. So I'm gonna give you a moment to do that real quick. And you better hit that subscribe and notification button, or I'm just gonna be sad, man. Alright, let's get back to the belts that actually look good. And the Undisputed Championship was chef's kiss. When Chris Jericho beat Stone Cold and The Rock on the same night in 2001, he became the first Undisputed Champion in WWE history. This belt was the unification of WWE and WCW's top titles. This thing had stars shooting out from a globe with the McMahon family crest. Original belts from this era sell for over $150,000 because unifying two worlds doesn't come cheap. But the big gold belt is the king of all championships. This thing traveled more than a flight attendant. It represented championships across NWA, WCW, and WWE for almost 30 years, and it instantly became the most beautiful belt in wrestling. But it almost got some wild backstage drama. Alright, rumor has it that Scott Steiner pulled off the heist of the century during WCW's final days. See, WCW had a bunch of copies made of the belt, so when Steiner won it, he allegedly switched the original with a fake copy. Then he sold the original, and at $200,000, these things don't come cheap. But there is one championship belt that was so perfect, the WWE had to bring it back for one night only. The Winged Eagle Championship was worn by Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart, and Shawn Michaels during wrestling's golden era. But here's the crazy thing. Hulk Hogan sweated so much on it that he actually destroyed dozens of these things. Like, goddamn. And when Cody Rhodes brought this bad boy back, it reminded everyone just what a work of art it is.
Cody Rhodes has that gift around his waist. Winged Eagle Championship.
The Winged Eagle belt sells for over $250,000 because this thing is freaking rare. But not as rare as the Brahma Bull belt, coming in hot at $500,000. During his rivalry with Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock won his own custom championship belt to rival Stone Cold's Smoking Skull belt. So the WWE designed this masterpiece with a bull centerpiece that screamed People's Champion. But it never made it to TV. WWE canceled the idea for creative reasons. So this $500,000 belt sits locked away in WWE's vault. But if you want to talk about belts made from legends, this next one was designed to celebrate a literal giant. Andre the Giant stood over 7 feet tall and weighed over 500 pounds.
Suplex right on top of him. He's on it. We get a 2. That's it. We got it.
He was one of the most popular wrestlers ever, and this belt was created after his passing. The championship was covered in gold, silver, and jewels as a tribute. This thing is really worthy of the 8th wonder of the world. But what does a championship belt look like that is $1 million? Ted DiBiase wanted everyone to think that this thing was the most expensive championship in wrestling history. And man, it looked the part. The $1 million belt was absolutely dripping in diamonds. Like, this thing was so shiny, it could blind someone from the cheap seats. The whole concept came from Pat Patterson after DiBiase was supposed to beat Hogan for the WWE Championship, but didn't.
The fabulous Hulk Hogan, victorious in his very first appearance here in Madison Square Garden. A hard-fought battle all the way with Ted DiBiase.
So Patterson told him to create his own championship belt out of pure arrogance.
I want you to make for me a championship belt. $1 million championship belt.
DiBiase carried it in a gutted briefcase filled with foam, treating it like the crown jewels.
I give you, Brother Love, the $1 million championship belt.
Wow. Holy Toledo.
But Ted DiBiase had a secret. Years later, he spilled the beans that all those diamonds were fake. Yeah, the diamonds might have been fake, but the character was all real. And the $1 million belt, this legendary piece of wrestling history, actually cost $40,000. Oh man. But there is one championship belt that was actually so expensive, not even the champions could keep it. And we're talking about the Crown Jewel Championship. It might be the most expensive belt ever made. And here's the absolutely crazy part. The champions never got to keep it. But the Crown Jewel Championship has at least 50 carats of diamonds. That puts its value somewhere between $1 and $10 million. Cody Rhodes and Liv Morgan won the belts back in 2024, but instead of taking home these masterpieces, they got these rings to remember the belts by. Come on now, this isn't the freaking Super Bowl. What's the point of having a championship that only exists for one night only? It's basically the world's most expensive participation trophy. And so both of these title belts were locked away deep in the Saudi trophy case forever. But with WrestleMania heading to Saudi Arabia in 2027, they might make an even more expensive belt. One that'll make this bad boy look cheap. Now, if you thought these belts were insane, what's more insane than that is this next video right here. So click right here in the middle and I'll see you in a few seconds. So you might as well click that, like right now, because the next video is gonna start and this video's over and just click it, man. All right.